Hello, and welcome to another Uber's Showdown Live. I have no idea if this is going to be a good team or not. I've got a vague idea because I've used it in a couple of room tours, but I've also kind of choked in those room tours. So I find it a bit weird to try and claim that this is going to be a good squad or anything. This is Sun, which is a matchup I don't like. I mean, I shouldn't not like it because I have Eternatus and Sand, so I'm about as solid against Sun as it's possible for me to be, but I still don't really like it. I can go Corviknight though. Against Lamp is Test, so... Someone's testing account is in the 1500s, that's probably quite good. But I can just return and set up Sand. And then my rocks. I don't actually want rocks now that I'm... that basically covers my opinions on that matter now. Shit. I'm gonna have to go for, like, Mandibuzz makes sense here as a switch in. So what I think is kind of necessary for me to do is SD on the Mandibuzz switch, Rock Slide, Flinch, and then go from there. Because without Rock Slide, Flinch, I think I kind of struggle badly in this matchup. So he does indeed go Mandibuzz. If I don't flinch, I might just have to accept that I've lost this game. Or Life Orb Excadrill is a lot stronger than I thought it was. I can Dynamax here and obviously max Rockfall, and every time he goes into Torkoal I can max Rockfall and reset up the Sand. Because Torkoal will still die to it. Obviously he's going to go Zacian here, which is fine. Well, given that max Rockfall is a 2-hit KO on Zacian, I am going to go for it again. Because it would just be the height of stupidity to let him sack off his Torkoal and get up Sand, essentially. As he goes to Eternatus, and this is pretty fantastic for me. I'm essentially guaranteed at least one more kill, and Venusaur can't set up on me, so that's excellent. So he'll then have, not that, yeah. Interesting decision. I don't agree with that. Because I mean, Venusaur, sure, it can kill me here, but I mean, I'm pretty sure that Eternatus will live any one hit and just Dynamax Cannon, and then I mean, it doubles in power against G-Max mons anyway. Max Quake doesn't kill me. Obviously, he gets the depth boost, which is a bit meh. But holy shit, that did nothing. Let's just stall him out of Dynamax turns. Weather Ball won't be a fire-type move when it's Dynamaxed, so I can just U-turn here. As he goes with G-Max Vine Lash. Obviously U-turn didn't do huge amounts, but that's fine. Necrozma, there is no way you die from full. Zacian's actually the most useless, now I'm thinking about it. So, Eternatus can obviously beat Torkoal 1v1 very comfortably. Oh shit. But Necrozma will live any one hit from this Venusaur. Okay, it doesn't need to. And would have won that way anyway. So now Torkoal comes out, and there's no way that it can 1v1 my entire team. The idea behind this team, by the way, just now realizing that I didn't get to that, is that Choice Band Zacian is actually stronger than Zacian Crowned, so I'm wanting to give this a try. We still outspeed Cinderace, and I've just got a little bit of speed through just in case there's any cheeky Marshadows. But Adamant Choice Band Zacian cleanly to it, KOs things like Quagsire. Does a hefty chunk of damage to pretty much everything. So, yeah, I'm just wanting to give it a go. Obviously, it's a lot worse versus offensive builds, but that's kind of why I've got the Sand team there, so that can be a bit better. That game could have gone a lot worse if Mandibuzz had lived the EQ there. I just want to check this. Excadrill, Uber Sandrush versus Mandibuzz. Was that like a roll? No. Well, yes, kind of, but no. If he was defensive with Bold, then I don't. Yeah, it was definitely not a kill. But because he was Spadef, it was better. This guy's pretty good. He's got a Quagsire, so that is pretty much perfect for what I wanted this thing to do. So I'm going to lead off with Zacian here, as he leads off with Lunala. Crunching makes so much sense. I'm gonna play rough just because I feel like don't T-Wave me. You whisked me. Damn it. Okay, good. We've crippled the Lunala, which is very good. Now we can set up rocks, and in comes Quagsire. I don't have Toxic on this thing. I thought I did, but I don't. I can go out into... I can rest here, actually, so I can consistently check some mobs, in particular Reshiram, as he skulls, which is fine. I'm gonna go into Eternatus. As he Earthquakes, I could recover, or I could Flamethrower predicting a Zacian switch, or I could just Toxic, as he does go Lunala. Okay. I don't want this thing crippled, so I'm just going to go into Tyranitar. Hex does absolutely nothing. In anticipation of Cinderace or Quagsire coming in, or, I mean, Zacian could come in as well, but Zacian I can try and handle with Necrozma and Corviknight. Actually, I'm wondering if Excadrill should be my switch in here, because he's not going to stay in. And nothing else really wants to. If he goes Quagsire, then that... Wait, he did stay in. No, he didn't. What? Why'd I come back? Oh, he was Thunderwaved, of course. I'm an idiot. He could Scald here, or he could EQ. Either way, we saw what EQ is doing to Eternatus. I can just go into it very freely and recover. Because Earthquake isn't coming close to killing me. And if he's wanting to waste all of his Earthquake PP, then that is beyond fine by me. And Tyranitar, we just saw how little Hex is doing, so, I mean, I have no reason to worry there. I'm just going to stay in once, and, well, I mean, I'm just going to stay in again here, because there is no way that I'm just going to let that happen. Reshiram can't deal with me. He could go Quagsire right here. I want a Thunderwave regardless. Just if he stays in, that's brilliant for me. If he goes Zacian, yes, please, 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 please. Thank you for not missing. Jesus Christ. But that was a massive threat that he's just neutered for me by paralyzing it. So I can go into Zacian here. I'm just going to accept that Zacian's going to die this turn to the burn damage and just play rough. He stays in, that's fine. But I mean, look at that. That's a clean 2-hit KO. Without the burn, that is a 2-hit KO. Nothing you have really wants to switch into a Life Orb Excadrill, but nothing you have definitely doesn't want to switch into a SDing Necrozma. As he goes Quagsire, which is fine. Again, it makes more sense to go Eternatus here. We don't need to rush this. As he scolds. I don't want to get burned, so just not going to take that risk yet. Dynamax Cannon here on Lunala, coming in. Get a crit. I'm just going to go for a full para here as he goes into Zacian, but that is fine. You cannot kill me from full, and Flamethrower will heftily chunk at you. I still check Cinderace, but it's now checking rather than dealing with. I mean, sure, you can go for that if you want, but I am going hard into Tyranitar, and I am Thunder Waving. Actually, no, I'm not Thunder Waving, I'm getting up my rocks. We're going Quagsire. Wait, there's no way I'm Thunder Waving. And Eternatus can come in on Quagsire basically forever, use up all of its Earthquakes if it really wants to let me. He's got heavy duty boots here. Wisp doesn't neuter me that badly, and Dynamax Cannon, if he gets full powered here, then that's just, yeah, okay. I wanted to go for it, even if it didn't work, at least I tried. But now, what we can do is go out into Eternatus on the Quagsire double. He's made the same play enough times that I'm pretty confident that he's not going to change it up now. And now, I don't know, it's just annoying to try and break through his particular team. Necrozma can do it, I just need Quagsire to be in a little bit better of a, not a little bit better, in a little bit more of a vulnerable position for me. So, just going to go for Earthquake here, get some nice damage up on Lunala. Please let it just miss, darn. I can Shadow Claw here though, kill off the Lunala, and now his check to Eternatus is dead. Unfortunately, it's basically at the cost of my Excadrill. As he goes out into Reshiram. Just going to EQ here. I want Excadrill dead, so that I don't have Cinderace setting up on me. But, yeah. I could Dynamax here, there's nothing else on my team that really wants to, but T-Tar Dynamaxing maybe could be useful in the later game. I don't know. I'm Life Orb here, so I'm guaranteed to die. So, there's no reason not to EQ. As he lets me kill Reshiram, interesting decision. Necrozma can come out. Not Necrozma, Eternatus can come out because Cinderace is too big of a threat for me to just let it win, basically. As it Dynamaxes, Dynamax Cannon does double damage, Airstream means he will outspeed me, so best hope this kills now, I guess. He is Life Orb, so that makes it easier as well. Okay, good. So now he dies to the next move he goes for, so I can go out into Corviknight, which doesn't do anything on his team. It only provides a resist for his Ditto, really. And now, the combination of Mons will always win. So Eternatus, obviously Ditto can come out, but Ditto can come out all the time, and I can just go out into T-Tar. On the Flamethrower, and then go out into Eternatus because Flamethrower is not a threat, and recover up. As he realizes the futility of his task and just forfeits. So I'm going to pause until we get another game. Okay, we get a game, and I definitely wasn't distracted by FIFA news, definitely, that wasn't me. So, he has a bug thing, that's annoying, but I do have Toxic Spikes, Absorbers, and it can't beat Corviknight realistically. It can annoy Corviknight, just because of the Endeavour, but I'm going to lead off with T-Tar and break its Sash that way, as he leads off with Ditto. Now, my T-Tar can't do anything to me, so I'm just going to Thunder Wave it, as it also chooses to Thunder Wave, but a paralyzed Ditto is way bigger for me than a paralyzed T-Tar. That is not even close. What the fuck? Why am I playing someone in the 1300s? And why is this team kind of threatened? Eternatus, however, can pretty comfortably take everything that she goes for, right? Oof. Yeah, he was pretty obviously not going to stay in there, so oof. That is just a bit of a shame, really, isn't it? I'm going to... Necrozma does so well, but he's got a Ditto, so I don't want to do that. I don't want to keep Ditto... not Ditto. I don't want to keep Necrozma Necrozma in when I can just EQ the Zacian, kill it off, and yeah, I mean, Shifu comes in, but I know for a fact that this is actually Zoroark because of the ability thing. So I kind of really want to hard switch into Zacian and just click player off and get a kill. Yeah, player off is just a kill. Right there. I'm pretty sure the player off probably just one-hit KOs Scolipede. It definitely one-hit KOs a paralyzed Ditto, though. Man, if I'd remembered that Ditto was paralyzed, I wouldn't have let Necrozma get that weakened, I'm not gonna lie. Dynamaxing Scolipede, that still does a huge chunk, as he max oozes me, doesn't quite kill me, and forfeits as a result, immediately. Okay, interesting. I'm gonna pause until I get another game. We get a game versus the Dank Dork, who is in the 1420s. I want this to be clear, because I don't want it to be coming across as elitist. I'm just surprised that I'm getting people that are a lot lower rated than me when I'm laddering it, just in general. I'm getting people that are over 200 points below me. And there's nothing wrong with these guys being that low, I just don't think that we should be matching. That's not really fair on either of us. Because I'm wanting to test this team out against really high quality opposition, and they're probably wanting to have fun, but I'm objectively a fair bit better than them at the moment. Not at the moment, but you know what I mean. The last several times I've played a Necrozma, I've crunched turn 1 hoping that they'll go for rocks. I'm gonna do it again, fuck it. Because it's almost a 2-hit KO. It is a 2-hit KO, and it's weakness policy, and it's a 2-hit KO! Get in! Yes. Lovely. Lovely stuff. And that is a big threat to the team dead as well. As he goes into Zacian, and I kind of need to go into my Necrozma. So I'm being up this as well. If he SDs, I'm in trouble. Okay, he behemoth bladed. So I can autonomize here, because if he's got crunch, he probably goes for it. He goes for Sacred Sword. Earthquake won't kill, but he can't kill Eternatus from this range either. And EQ will have to... Whoa, okay, it'll kill with a crit, but didn't intend for that to really happen. As he Shadow Sneaks me, I genuinely thought there was a chance that wouldn't kill. I'm not gonna lie. So here my play is clearly Eternatus and Toxic. If he goes Melmetal, I've got Corviknight. If he goes Lunala and he stays in and Spectral Thieves me, which is fine because I just comfortably live that. I just wanted to break his Sash in general, but I thought there was a good chance he went for Lunala, and Lunala being Toxic is just a lot better for me in general. So Dynamax Cannon will kill Marshadow here. There's no point in recovering because I will be at the exact same amount of HP because of Black Sludge. Melmetal comes in. It can actually threaten Eternatus because it is genuinely quite powerful, especially with Double Iron Bash or whatever it's called. So gonna go into Corviknight as he Dynamaxes. Is he gonna inflict me with the Torment? No, he goes for the Max Hailstorm. Interesting decision. I'm gonna Defog first, under the assumption that he's gonna put me into the... Shit. But I got that. Okay. This is a threat, but I can go into Zacian and close combat. It won't kill because Dynamax is a fun mechanic, but that will put me in a pretty fantastic position to just win with the Sand squad. As it goes for the G-Max Meltdown, and now all I need to win with the Sand squad is Sand to be up. So, I'm going to go out into Excadrill and kill this thing, because it cannot live. No way. And then Marshadow can be a bit annoying, but Eternatus can always hard switch in and recover on it, and Tyranitar comes in versus either of the other two. Sub-CM Lunala would be a threat, but Tyranitar can probably deal with it. Moongeist Beam does nothing. Holy shit. Steal! Thunderwave would make this easy to deal with, but thought that there was a good chance they did that, so goes into Marshadow. I can go out into Eternatus, and I mean T-Tar does not lose this Final Mon matchup, so let's go for Drain Punch. I can just stay in no matter what he goes out into. I'm not, because I can Toxic the Lunala, and I can Dynamax Cannon his Eternatus. The only way this kills me is if it's Life Orb, in which case it's not bulky enough to take on Excadrill 1v1. He hopes. But I mean, T-Tar wins this final two anyway because of Rest. Like, there's nothing that he can do to me. I'm just going to max Phantasm just because I don't see any reason why not to. I'm faster than it anyway, and breaking the Shadow Shield means that, yeah, we win. We win. Just comfortably. GG. Unless this is a speed tie, but no. Yeah, so. I really like Lunala in this metagame, actually. I think it has pretty much zero good switch-ins, but hopefully we'll get one game from someone who's a bit closer rating to me. I'll pause until we get one. It has been 4 minutes. I'm not inclined to believe this will be a rating particularly close to mine. See you soon. We get the same guy. The same 1326 guy. I mean, this is literally a ratings difference of 296. Clearly, 10:20 PM at my time is not the best time to be trying to get good Ubers games. Even if this is a disguised Zoroark, it will just drop to a Play Rough. As it goes on to Ditto, which will also drop to a Play Rough. Yeah, I think that was probably a disguised Zoroark. And Zacian is an issue for obvious reasons. Kinda want to just Play Rough anyway. I'm gonna Necrozma though. Let's keep eating with Blades. I'm going to just Lobotomize as he goes into a Shifu. This is certainly Zoroark. So I'm going to go into T-Tar. Yep. I think Necrozma probably would have lived it, but I don't want to like play around with things like Protect turns on Scolipede and stuff like that, so I'm just going to Thunderwave here. As he goes out into his actual Urshifu, I mean, Eternatus has proven itself to be a pretty fucking capable counter to this, so just going to go out into that. As he gets fully paralyzed, unfortunate. I can just Flamethrower here on Mewtwo. I was hoping to catch Zacian, but he's not that silly. I do need Eternatus to stay healthy. If it drops, then I kind of drop as well. Gonna go into Corviknight first. Then T-Tar to set up Sand again. Or do I U-turn? Corviknight can take a hit from Zacian, but it's not reliable. As he goes into a Shifu immediately. I want to set up my rocks actually, just to try and break any potential sashes. So I'm going to do exactly that. As he gets fully paralyzed, that's a bit unfortunate. But I can now go out into Eternatus just freely. As he Drain Punches me, and I'm just going to Flamethrower again. Mewtwo can't come in anymore after this flamethrower because of Sandstorm and Sand Storm. But kind of feel like going T-Tar here, and then scouting shit, and then scouting for the fighting technique. Brilliant fucking job there. Let's go into Corviknight again and just U-turn again. Aura Sphere is a clean 2-hit KO. Okay, but that, based on the fact he's not taking any damage, that probably means that that is a choice locked Mewtwo in some way. So, I'm going to go out into my Excadrill right here, which can threaten a 1-hit KO on everything other than his Urshifu at this point. And it might just be able to kill Urshifu from here as well, if I Dynamax. So, Excadrill versus Urshifu, Rapid Strike. Let's go with the Choice Band. Oh, no, that's messed up. If I Dynamax, it is a roll not in my favour. So, Necrozma. Subs, interesting decision. I don't agree with. I'm going to Autonomize because Urshifu Rapid Strike doesn't threaten me. And with an Autonomize up, I'm fast and everything anyway, so that just makes sense to me. As he gets fully paralyzed, I kind of hope he has a move that will do a small amount of super effective damage to me. I won't die to pretty much anything he goes for. Drain Punch does not do enough to threaten me. This is his only real answer to Excadrill. Pretty sure I KO'd Zoroark control anyway, but whatever. So Drain Punches me, and now we're fighting guys. That will not matter. You will die. Yeah. I outspeed you because I'm EV'd to, as it quick attacks me, but that doesn't do enough, and he forfeits. I'm gonna call it a live there. If we got the same guy twice, that's just kind of unfortunate. I hope you guys can see the idea behind the team, in that Choice Banded Zacian is just very strong. And, okay, I feel like this is going to get lost a little bit, so I just want to point this out. So, Zacian, Choice Scarf, give it a Choice Band, and let's use Quagsire, because that's my current go-to for the Zacian Crown. Don't Dynamax, because it can't Dynamax, and I'm adamant. Don't forget that. That is stupidly high damage to the tier's current easiest to fit on physical. And I mean, when you're considering teams that will have multiple answers, Corviknight, uber physically defensive, Wild Charge just chunks. I'm pretty sure that's 81% chance to one-hit KO after rocks damage. What other physically defensive things are out there? Necrozma, which we've seen from this, just from this live. Necrozma max Phys Def gets chunked by Choice Banded Crunch, and by Choice Banded Close Combat, but I should have probably explained that a little bit better. If I went for Close Combat, then this is suddenly a lot more threatening, as is Sunstone Strike, although Sunstone Strike is already very threatening. But I think it goes from, it goes from I've got a very good chance to live this to I just drop and I get 2-hit KO. So don't want to go for Close Combat in this scenario. I go for Crunch, do a hefty chunk. I still outspeed Cinderace. I lose out on the Marshadow speed tier, which is unfortunate, but I mean, Marshadow doesn't kill me from +1 anyway, so I'm just going to demonstrate that as well. Marshadow, especially I don't have -1 defense. So yeah, it steals my +1 boost and doesn't kill me from full. And Play Rough is still just chunking away at Marshadow. So yeah, That's the general idea behind the team. I then went very bulky Necrozma because, have you seen Zacian versus this team itself? It kind of just destroys it with enough attack to just enough speed to outspeed all Zacian at +2, and then just Double Dancer, Rocks, Sand Sweeper, Eternatus for generally just checking everything defensively. Like, Eternatus is my blanket. Sun, Rain, special attacker, and physical attacker switching. It just does so much roll compression. I really like it. And then Corviknight was because if you remove Corviknight from this team, look at this team and look at Sand and just feel really, really bad. Again, this could be a Rotom or something, but then it would be very similar to the previous team that I used, which was, what was it, this one? Yeah, like Eternatus, Rotom, it's just, and Necrozma as well. Yeah, and it's sort of fit a bit better given the more defensive Eternatus being used, so yeah. Several checks to things. It's not a brilliant team. If you encounter a +1 Zekrom, you kind of just lose to it, I'm sorry, but like T-Tar will set up Sand for Excadrill to be able to revenge sweep it, but it's not reliable in the slightest. However, it also can't really set up that way against you, because I mean, it's not setting up versus Zacian for obvious reasons. You're almost always U-turning with Corviknight unless you're defogging, and if you're defogging, then you're pretty much going hard into probably T-Tar to deal with it, and then when T-Tar goes down, you go into Excadrill to revenge it. But yeah, otherwise it just doesn't get setup opportunities. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoy this more team breakdown style. Sand is really good. I like it a lot. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you all next time. Peace.